Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank the gentleman, Congressman Olszewski, you pronounced it correctly, from Maryland, Johnny O, as we call him, for his leadership and his beautiful statement on what we are challenged with right now and how this legislation addresses that. I always want to praise Mr. Smith for his leadership on human rights throughout the world. What is it, Chris? We've been working on these things for 30 years, probably. He's not paying attention, but 30 years with Frank Wolf, going and visiting people in prison and trying to make sure people knew. Because, you know, they say that these autocrats, the president of China for one, the most horrible form of torture that they can put on a prisoner is to tell them nobody even remembers them or cares about them or even knows why they are in prison. That's why I thank you both for bringing this legislation to the floor so that we on the floor of the House of Representatives can make sure that they know they are not forgotten. I rise today in strong support of this resolution, calling on the President to prioritize the release of these courageous individuals who have been unjustly detained by the government of the People's Republic of China simply for exercising their fundamental human rights. Jimmy Lai sits in prison because he dared to defend democracy and free press in Hong Kong. Mr. Smith talked about Jimmy and his son Sebastian, his daughter Claire. Now they have a grandbaby in the family, and Jimmy is, of course, not able to see the baby while they torture him in prison there. And then Dr. Gulsham Abbas has disappeared because of Beijing's repression of Uyghurs. She's there because of what her sister has testified to, as Mr. Smith mentioned, and that is engaging in transnational human rights suppression. In addition to that, Christian pastors and their families are persecuted simply for worshiping freely. Jin Mingui, we've heard about him, Pastor Gao Chenfu and Pang Yu, and Abbas, I talked about Dr. Gulsham Abbas. Now, let's just say that I want to just say that this has always been bipartisan and bicameral. House and Senate, Democrats and Republicans always coming together on these pieces of legislation. I want to call special attention to what our Speaker Johnson did a few months ago. He was invited to address the House of Commons in this, our bicentennial year of our country, and I asked him if he would mention Jimmy Lai in this speech, and he did, and he told me it got a good response. So we thank the Speaker for making that appeal to the House of Commons. Here, this resolution makes clear that human rights cannot be separated from America's engagement with China. The release of these individuals must remain a priority at the highest level of diplomacy. While the President is on his visit there, he is bringing with him a long list of business leaders. I have to say, if we do not speak out for human rights in China because of commercial interest, we lose all moral authority to speak out for human rights anywhere in the world. With this resolution, the House reaffirms that America will continue to stand for freedom, human rights, and the principle that no person should be imprisoned simply for what they believed. So let's make this a strong, as always, bipartisan vote. I thank the chairman, Mr. Smith. I thank Johnny O. I urge a strong bipartisan vote in support of this resolution. And yield back my time to the distinguished gentleman from Maryland.